50,000 years ago, the Earth was a world untamed, a realm of giants where survival was a daily war. Long before the rise of empires and the dawn of civilization, when the planet belonged to beasts, humanity was just another species, fighting for its place in a brutal and unforgiving wilderness. In this age of ice and stone, our ancestors, Homo sapiens, clung to existence. Their homes were caves, their light was fire, and their only defense was the sharpened edge of a rock. This is the story of their struggle, a testament to the courage that forged our destiny. Deep within the heart of this wild world, a small tribe of hunters carves out a life. Here, every day is a battle against starvation and the elements. Men, women, and children all have their roles. The men sharpen flint into deadly spearheads, their hands calloused but precise. The women tend the eternal fire, the heart of their community, and gather what little plant life the frozen earth offers. Children learn not through lessons, but by watching, their young eyes absorbing the ancient knowledge of survival. On the cave walls, charcoal and ochre pigments tell stories of great hunts and powerful spirits. Their tools were simple, forged from stone and wood, but their courage was immense. A fire burning brighter than any torch. Their language was not of words, but of shared purpose and unspoken understanding. But the wilderness is never silent for long. It is a land stalked by predators of immense power. Herds of woolly mammoths, giants of the tundra, roam the plains. In the shadows, the saber-toothed cat, a killer with teeth like daggers, waits for a moment of weakness. The colossal cave bear, a creature of nightmare, claims the darkest corners of this world. For the tribe, danger is a constant companion. One evening, as the last light fades, a hunter, a brother, fails to return from his watch. His spear is found broken, the ground stained with the story of a violent end. The roar of a saber-tooth echoes from the distant crags, a challenge and a threat. The tribe's leader, his face a mask of grief and resolve, looks upon his people. He knows what must be done. They will not live in fear. They will not be prey. He swears an oath by the firelight. The beast that took one of their own will be hunted. A solemn purpose now grips the tribe. This is not a hunt for food, but for retribution and for the very soul of their community. They do not hunt for sport, they hunt to survive another day. The most skilled hunters are chosen. Under the flickering light of the communal fire, they prepare for war. Spears are tested, their wooden shafts straightened over the flames, their stone tips sharpened to a razor's edge. Torches are bound tight with animal sinew and soaked in fat, ready to bring fire into the darkness. There is no bravado, only a quiet, focused determination. In their eyes, you see not fear, but the cold, hard glint of necessity. They know the risks. They have seen what these beasts can do. Yet, they will face the dawn, and they will face the killer. For their families, for their fallen brother, for the future of the tribe. As the first light of dawn cuts through the morning fog, the hunters depart. The world is cloaked in a chilling silence, the landscape a canvas of snow and skeletal trees. They move as one, ghosts in the mist, their footsteps muffled by the soft earth. Each man is an expert tracker, reading the story left in the frozen ground of broken twig, a disturbed patch of snow, and the deep, unmistakable tracks of their quarry. The leader points, his gesture economical and precise. They follow the trail into a narrow, winding canyon, the rock walls amplifying the sound of their own breathing. The air grows heavy with anticipation. They know they are close. This is the most dangerous moment. One wrong move, one snapped branch, one careless sound, and the hunters become the hunted. And then they see it. Across a clearing, crouched over the remains of its last kill, is the saber-tooth. It is larger than they imagined, a ripple of pure muscle and predatory grace. The beast lifts its head, its fangs dripping, and fixes them with a stare of ancient, cold intelligence. The silence shatters. With a unified roar, the hunters charge. The plan is simple, brutal, and rehearsed 1,000 times in their minds. The first volley of spears flies through the air, aimed to distract and wound. The saber-tooth lets out a deafening snarl, batting one spear away with a massive paw and taking another in its thick shoulder. Enraged, it lunges. The world dissolves into a whirlwind of chaos, courage, and terror. Men shout, the beast roars, and the clash of stone on bone echoes through the canyon. A hunter is caught by a swipe of its claws and thrown aside, his cry cut short. The beast is a storm of fury, its movements a blur of deadly speed. The hunters use their most primal weapons, fire, stone, and instinct. They wield their torches, thrusting the flames at the creature's face, trying to drive it back. Another hunter falls, but the others press on, their grief fueling a desperate rage. They fight not as individuals, but as a single organism, a pack bound by blood and honor, fighting for their shared existence. Finally, with a last, desperate push, the tribe's leader finds his opening. As the beast rears up to strike, he drives his spear deep into its exposed chest. The great cat shudders, a final, guttural note scaling its lungs before it collapses in a heap. The surviving hunters stand over their kill, chests heaving, their bodies battered and bleeding. Silence descends upon the canyon, broken only by the whimpers of the wounded and the crackle of a dropped torch. They have won the hunt, but the victory is bitter. They gather their fallen brothers, their faces etched with a profound sorrow that firelight cannot warm. The cost of survival is always paid in blood. This is the law of the wild. The price for another dawn. They honor their dead not with words, but with a silent, shared grief. A promise that their sacrifice will never be forgotten. As a new day breaks, life in the tribe continues. The meat from the great cat will feed them for weeks. The hide will offer warmth, and its teeth will become symbols of their victory. Worn as a reminder of the courage it took to face death and emerge, scarred but alive. Children, once hushed with fear, now laugh and play around the fire. Their safety secured for a little while longer. The hunt is over, but the war for survival is eternal. It is a cycle of life, death, and renewal, played out against the vast, indifferent wilderness. From their struggle, we were born. From their courage, civilization would one day rise. And though millennia separate us, their legacy endures. The spirit of the hunter, the will to overcome, the instinct to protect our own, it still burns deep within us all.